established to empower and train the women for various against various women stereotypes and injustice to women, to train them to go beyond all that. And then we can see the various other Kailasas projects supporting the women empowerment. Next, we can see Kailasa's Nithyananda Yoga, which has been offered to revive the ancient various kriyas and various yoga techniques. Kailasa has got 2 Guinness Book of World Records for the largest number of rope yoga classes and largest number of pole yoga classes, to create the awareness in the world that to create the awareness about yoga. Next, we can see a very historic moment that has happened in the history of Sri Kailasa and the history of the Hindus. We can see the Kailasa's permanent ambassador going to the United Nations, and in the 14th session on minority issues, the permanent ambassador of Hinduism, on the behalf of the 2 billion Hindus, had spoken and told the United Nations about how the Hindus have been persecuted, and how Hinduism can be the only solution for the future. Next, we can see after even all these murderous tortures which has been happened, over 70 assassination attempts on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, 40 attacks on community members, and destruction of monastery and temples. And we can see how even after all this, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has stood strong and continued to provide all the benefits of Hinduism to the whole of humanity. Now, we'll be entering the next segment of the program. We'll be entering the Manifesting Shaktis segment. And in this segment, we'll be having a live demonstration of the powers of Paramashiva. So before that, we'll understand first what are the powers, what is Shaktis. So in the Veda-agamas, the source scriptures of Hinduism, Paramashiva elaborately reveals the detailed instructions and the details of how the human beings are hardwired to manifest these extraordinary Shaktis, and how the Shaktis can be manifested by a human. Now we'll be seeing the difference between the Shaktis and Siddhis. Yes, now we'll be seeing what is Shaktis and what is Siddhis. So Shaktis are the expressions from the space of enlightenment as a side effect of feeling connection with the divine and highest integrity with the gurus. Shaktis is the source of enlightenment. And on the other hand, we can see Siddhis are powers that manifest from tapas or penance for enlightenment. And Siddhis are on the path of enlightenment, and sometimes these siddhis can even disturb or obstruct us from the path of enlightenment. Next, we'll be seeing the different pramanas. We'll be seeing the different pramanas. So there are four main pramanas that we take when we have to manifest the powers. First is the Shastra Pramana, which is the scriptural references directly given by Paramashiva in the Vedas and Agamas. The details of the powers which are given in the Vedas and Agamas by Paramashiva is the Shastra Pramana. The Apta Pramana is the time-tested, foolproof research by and experiences of the rishis that have come in the past, who have come in the past and manifested all these Shaktis. Next, we have the Atma Pramana, which is the personal experience of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and the various experiences which have been verified with the Shastra and Apta Pramana and given to the world. Then we have the Pratyaksha Pramana, which is the scientific research on these Shaktis. So the source of these Shaktis is Paramashiva. Paramashiva is the primordial divinity in Hinduism, the ultimate reality and cause of which this self-effulgent Swayam Prakasha, all-pervading and beyond time and space. This form is Paramashiva, is the source of all these Shaktis. So the science of manifesting Shaktis, the truth, the ultimate truth is Jnana, which is when it is mapped into consciousness, it is Prajna, and when it manifests as possibility and powers in every being, it is called Prajnana. Now we'll be seeing the power of third eye, the powers of the third eye. We'll be seeing the Shastra Pramana, Apta Pramana and Atma Pramana for the powers of third eye. The scriptural reference of the power of third eye is from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, which is directly revealed by Paramashiva, and the verse is the 34th verse of the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, in which Paramashiva says, Kapalantar manonyasya tishtan milita lochanaha kramena manaso dadyat lakshaye lakshyamuttamam. The translation is, by fixing the mind on the inner space within the crown center and sitting stably without any movement, having the eyes closed in succession, by that stability of the mind and the inner space, through the power of third eye reading, one directly sees the ultimate goal, Lakshyam, by having the vision beyond the sight that reveals any object, place, and attaining the space of oneness with Paramashiva. So we can see how beautifully Paramashiva tells the technique of how to manifest the power of third eye. The Artha Pramana for the power of third eye is from the Mahabharata, the historical event of the Mahabharata, in which the Bhagavad Gita happened, and in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna was requested by Arjuna to show his cosmic form. And when Arjuna asks Krishna to show his cosmic form, Krishna tells Arjuna that you cannot see my cosmic form with eyes of yours, therefore I grant you divine vision of the third eye, behold my cosmic opulence. And then the whole 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is then narrated by Arjuna, describing the various aspects of the cosmic Vishwarupa Darshana of Sri Krishna. Next, we have the Atma Pramana for the power of third eye reading, for the power of third eye. Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in his own words, says the first experience that I was able to see everything around me, above me, the whole 360 degrees in 10 directions, and below me, everything I felt, I was able to feel everything. I realized not only that I was able to see, I was able to feel and experience all around me. So the Supreme Pontiff said that he was able to see and feel everything in all the directions. Next, we have the Pratyaksha Pramana, the empirical evidence and observations of the scientific experiments. So we can see the direct study which was done on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The PET scan was done on the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and they found that in the frontal lobe, where the third eye is, there was a high amount of activity which showed the presence of the third eye. Now we'll be seeing one of the variations of the power of third eye, which is the power of consciousness over matter. Consciousness over matter is just the is a power which has been given to us by Paramashiva, in which we come when we come to our understanding that everything around us is part of us, like how we saw in the Atma Pramana of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, how we saw that when we become one with everything around us, we start to feel that we are everything. And when that happens, like how when we feel one with our hand, we feel that this hand is ours, this hand is part of us. So the same way, when we feel one with any object, we are able to control that object and move that object. So now I'll be manifesting this power of consciousness over matter, and the way I'll be manifesting is I have my Atmalinga with me, and I'm going to be placing my Atmalinga flat on my hand, and then I'll be connecting with Paramashiva. I'll be coming into the space of oneness and unclutching. And when that happens, the Atmalinga will stand, showing us that when we come to the state of oneness with Paramashiva, anything is possible. So, this time, when we do this power manifestation, all the other viewers who are watching us live on other social media platforms can also take this beautiful opportunity to connect with the space of entanglement, to connect with the space of Paramashiva when I'm manifesting. You can also take this time to manifest anything that you want. Either it can be powers, or if you have any wish or desire that you want to manifest, you can post that in the chat, which is the direct ecosystem of Paramashiva. And whenever you ask, whenever you declare to Paramashiva that this desire or this you wish that you want, or this healing that you want to manifest, when you request Paramashiva from the space that you are Paramashiva and that reality has manifested, automatically we will see that the manifestation happening. So now I'll be showing my Atmalinga to all of you, and I'll be chanting the Mahavakya and connecting with Paramashiva. So all of us can take this time to post any comments and post what desire or wish or healing or manifestation that you want in the chat. And also you can take this time to request Paramashiva to manifest the Paramashivoham for all of us. And because the Paramashivoham, the Mahaparamashivam, which is happening right now, is the best opportunity that we can take to connect with Paramashiva and manifest any reality that we want. Because in the Mahaparamashivoham, we'll be having direct interaction with the Supreme Point of Hinduism, where any desire or anything that we want to manifest, or ultimately the state of Paramashivoham that we want to manifest, will be happening. So you can take this time also now to register yourself for Mahaparamashivoham and create that intention that you want. So let us also take this time. We'll be projecting Now I'll be projecting my Atmalinga. So just before the manifestation, we'll be having a short break and then we will continue.
I welcome you all with my love and respect. Let you all open all your three eyes. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam. Om Nithyananda Paramashivam.
So now we can see that I have my Atmalinga over here, and this is just a cushion so that when the Atmalinga rolls, it falls down. And to make sure that doesn't happen, as the Atmalinga is a sacred object, um, I'm placing my hand on a cushion, which is a flat surface, which is placed on a flat surface. And we can also see that the Atmalinga is made of crystal, and it's not any metallic, or it doesn't have any metal substance, or any way a magnet or another external thing can be used to make the Atmalinga move. And my hand is here, so you can also see that in my hand there is no ropes tied, or there is no glue that which can be used to make the Atmalinga. And it's just going to be the intense connection with Paramashiva that is going to create the manifestation. So now I'm going to be placing my hand, and I'll be intensely chanting the Mahavakya. And when that happens, we'll all see automatically that the Atmalinga stands. So now all of us can also chant the Mahavakya along with me to create whichever reality that you want to manifest. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 So yes, we have beautifully seen how Paramashiva manifested the power of consciousness over matter. And now we'll be entering into the next session. Now we'll be entering into an introductory session into the Bhava Samadhi Darshan of the Keshavartha Murthy, Ekapada Murthy, Tripada Trimurti, and Chandra Chakradhana Murti. These four manifestations of Paramashiva. Today we having these three Bhava Samadhi, these four Bhava Samadhi darshans, where we'll be seeing the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism manifest the state of Nijavatara of these four manifestations of Paramashiva. So we'll be watching and understanding directly from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism various understandings about the science of wealth. So we'll be seeing that after a short break. Thank you, Nithyanandam.
Since the beginning of time and space, Bhagwan Paramashiva, the all-powerful, all-pervasive, and all-knowing ultimate superconscious existence, revealed in the Vedas and Agamas, the source scriptures of Hinduism, the truths about himself and the manifested universe and its multidimensional and simultaneously existing dimensions and worlds, also known as parallel universes or vertical time zones.
त्रुट्यादिप्रत्ययस्यार्थः कालो मायासमुद्भवः. The Kala Tattva, which gives rise to the knowledge of various time zones and parallel universes such as Truti and others, is originated by Ananteshwara from the impure Maya.
Bhagwan Paramashiva mentions that as we experience the various higher states of consciousness, we simultaneously experience the various time zones associated with them. We get transported to the parallel universes and experience the other dimensions of our own existence, of our own personality.
Listen, Subarloka is all about stable bliss, absolute health and stable bliss. Maharloka is all about the highest peak possibilities. Jana Loka is the place where you can exist in multiple bodies at a time. You experience oneness as the super reality. Tapa Loka is that last struggle you go through. Sometimes you know you are Paramashiva, sometimes you just slip off, but again you say, I am Paramashiva. That space is the Tapoloka, an absolute surrender. Whether I am remembering, I am manifesting Paramashivatva, or I am deluded, I surrender both to Paramashiva. When you take that decision, you are lifted to Brahmaloka. You move to the Brahmaloka. The deep surrender lifts you to Brahmaloka. Then from there, you move to Parandama, Vaikunta, and Kailasa, then Mahakailasa itself.
The key to unlock these parallel universes is hidden in the spine of the human body.
Yes, now will be beautiful video of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism where he speaks about the various aspects of wealth and sustenance. So now let's all sit straight with our head, neck and spine in a straight line. And now let us get ready to see the video.
Wealth is not something outside from you. It is extension of what is you. Please understand. You go on accumulating something in your life. If you are conscious, organized, you accumulate wealth. Otherwise, you accumulate poverty. But you go on accumulating something. Please understand, you cannot be in between. You can't say, no, neither I am progressing, nor I am losing. No. Either you are progressing or you are losing. Means, either you accumulate wealth or you accumulate poverty. Accumulation is your life. Wealth is not something outside you, it is extension of you. What you feel about life, what you feel about you, all these ideas only decide whether wealth is going to be around you or not. People usually ask me, why is Swami teaching about wealth to us? Who else you think should teach? Only a Swami can teach. I tell you, because your concepts about you plays a major role. Whether you are going to have wealth, stand. If you are not attracting wealth around you, if you are living in a consciousness not enough, there is something seriously wrong with your being. Work on that first. Work on that first. Please understand, work on that first, altering the understandings you have about wealth is a very important thing you need for creating and celebrating wealth. Please understand, grabbing is completely wrong. I am not teaching grabbing. I am teaching creating. To keep the public attention diverted. I am not asking you to become grabbers. No. Creators are totally different from grabbers. Here I am asking you to become a creator. Wealth is not just money and gold alone. It is the space in which you feel abundance. I am not saying without money and gold start feeling abundance. Have enough and have the space enough, both. Have enough, have the space enough. Have abundance. Please understand. Wealth, money, abundance, even though all these words look like they are same or synonymous, it is not. Please understand, money is directly controlled, manipulated by few people who keep that concept alive. When brilliantly, intelligently, few people play with your greed and sell you some concepts and make you work for those ideas, that is money. Money is not abundance. I am not saying for abundance money is not required, but I am saying money itself is not abundance. Please understand. Abundance is overflowing ecstasy, confidence in you that you can exist, your existence is joyful, blissful for you and the people around you. Please understand. It may be looking very mystical. I'll explain step by step. But today I wanted to give you the last word on abundance. No beating around the bush. Last word on abundance. Listen. Even that word has nice meaning. Abundance. Bund means bank. Abund means without bank. Dance. Jumping without a bank. Jumping without a bund. Abundance. See, a overflowing excitement, intensity about your existence is wealth. Understand? Overflowing abundance about your existence, which expresses as your health, as the confidence to make whatever you want, as a strength to manifest everything you need, and not attacked, disturbed, destroyed by the so-called social impossibilities put on you. Please listen. Society puts impossibilities on your head so that you can lose the idea, you can lose the purpose, you can lose the goal of your existence. Please understand. Man who remembers his purpose and goal never be manipulated or controlled. He will always be living in abundance. If you want to enslave somebody, first thing you have to make him forget his goal. Yesterday we were having Ashramites meeting. I was telling, the man who remembers his goal is the wealthiest man in the world. He is the most wealthiest man because continuous remembrance will create an ability to manifest. Some of the basic truths about abundance need to be internalized. Please understand. The real abundance is awakened feeling. That's the essence. Experiencing awakened feeling physically, mentally, in the muscle memory level, biomemory level, and bioenergy level. Experiencing awakening is abundance. You sell your health to get the wealth, and then you go on spending your wealth to gain the health back. The idea, the concept with which the wealth is generated, you have been asked to work, is wrong. Doubt that. How you feel? Actually, this was told to me by my guru. If you feel every rupee added to you makes you more rich, you should feel much more richer by every long breath added to you. Every long breath, the energy it awakens in you, energy it radiates through you, is equivalent to every rupee accumulate. He told in the sense of that the Kundalini energy which is functioning in your system is more important than wealth. Let me explain more detail. Please understand. Poverty is nothing but deciding to live without finding solution for your problem. Somebody came to meet me. The person knows all his problems. Almost 6-7 hours we were discussing only his problems. He himself says, I am not interested in solutions, Swamiji. I told, be aware of negative people. They will find a solution they will find a problem for every solution. See, if you go to a positive person, he will find solution for every problem. If you talk to negative people, they will find a problem for every solution. And still, after talking to negative people for hours, if you are not drained, you are an incarnation. Poverty means knowing your problem does not want to solve it. Richness means constantly being alive. Please understand, being alive is enough. You will not tolerate the existence of conflict and confusion and dilemma. All I am requesting you to get out of poverty is just increase the number of your waking hours. Nothing else. Reduce the tiredness and boredom. The time you worship Nidra Devi Puja, reduce that time, that's all. Increase the number of waking hours, I tell you, because by your nature you cannot survive with dilemma and conflict. You will start finding solution. You will push yourself towards the solution. You won't keep quiet. The weakness in thinking through about your existential problems is poverty. Listen. Meekness and weakness about thinking through in your existential problems is poverty. Poverty is nothing but resistance to life. Nothing but directly, indirectly cherishing and enjoying death. That is why for abundance webinar, I have kept Kala Samhara Murthy here. By killing death, only you will manifest abundance. See, money is simply extension of your understanding about you, your strength on you, your strong belief on you. I am not talking something impractical, please understand. No. I am not talking anything mystical or impractical. Whatever I am talking is a formula. It is not just miracle happens only in my life. It is a formula which can happen in every one of your life. the right attitude towards money is, please understand, the right attitude towards money is, it has utility value for the things you want to do. Neither suffer with the feeling I don't have enough, nor be overloaded and develop arrogance or ego or influenced by having it. Neither be influenced by not having, nor be influenced by having. It is such an awareness game. Is wealth, creation and sustenance. I can say life can be equated to two things. One, the ability to achieve what you want in the inner or outer world, or just getting stuck in both the world. These are the only two equations. As on now, at least people who are sitting in front of me, I can say very clearly, there is nobody who doesn't want wealth. Everybody wants it. But they do not increase the life in them to the level they want it. Wealth can be equated to the life energy you express. Straight equation. Because as on now, a normal man has wealth as the first priority in the life. So be very clear, if you do not have wealth, don't blame anybody, just you are not expressing life in you. Life energy is not happening in you. I tell you, the consciousness attitude which works towards creating wealth makes you non-violent, because your whole energy becomes creative. Creating wealth brings tremendous interest in life and non-violence. First I have to clear all the wrong concepts about wealth. Only then I should talk about wealth. Otherwise you will not be able to grasp why an incarnation, a Paramahamsa should talk about wealth, why a sannyasi should talk about wealth. Only he can talk about wealth because he has gone beyond wealth. He cannot be made wealthy by wealth. Only a man who cannot be made wealthy by wealth has a right to talk all the secrets about wealth.
What is wealth? Knowing the knack of how you have to be useful to society and enrich it so that they enrich you. That's all is money. If you think money is too big, just by making it you will become tired. That is the biggest poverty. Please understand. Just by making it, if you become tired, you are working, functioning out of the concept of poverty. You will make, but you will not be there to enjoy. Somebody else will be enjoying. That is why I am saying,
make money without thinking it is too big. Make money knowing that it is the dust which flies while you walk. I have to here put it on record. One of the statement I heard from my guru, நடக்கும் பொழுது பறக்கும் தூசி என நினைத்து செல்வோர்க்கே செல்வம். I'll translate. While you walk, the dust which flies, the feet dust which flies, equating that to your wealth, and the person who walks, the wealth follows him. Understand the powerfulness you demonstrate, the powerfulness you carry in your thinking, in your feeling, in your words, in your action. The side effect of it is wealth. The side effect of it is wealth. The moment you think wealth is important, you will become tired by achieving it. Becoming tired by achieving it means you will feel cheated. Please understand, you will feel cheated. Understand?